Hello everybody and welcome to Mongoose Gaming. So today this video is going to be more about my experience with the chance I had at becoming a community ambassador. Um what I what feedback I had in Discord, if any, who I spoke to, kind of like the whole process. Um Now this is not to bash any community ambassadors themselves. This is going to be, though, a very opinionated, I can't even speak right now. This would be very opinion biased on my experience. I know technically I've only actually ever met one community ambassador, and he's great here for the Albuquerque area. His name is Tim. Being the only one I've met, I could say my experience has been good. But after having tried the process, dealing with Niantic, dealing with other ambassadors who were quote unquote there to help in the Discord, um, and actually dealing with like I don't know, I guess the politics of it, seeing how they are still very secretive, they're still not forthcoming with answers. In short, I didn't get it. So it did cause kind of a little bit of an uproar with my former local community down in Las Cruces. Albuquerque, I'm still trying to get to know. I'm still trying to, I guess, help out, be more active in the community up here. But definitely, it was a surprise I didn't get it, considering I didn't do anything wrong. Um, Tim had given me some advice. I also was kind of doing it as be the second ambassador in the area. For Albuquerque, my friend Miss Evil Laugh down in Las Cruces was trying to get it for himself down there. Um, he didn't get it either, so it's kind of like there literally is only one community ambassador for the entire state of New Mexico, and not that Tim's doing a bad job. Guy's gonna get overwhelmed, and it's like Niantic is not like how do I put it, like helpful. So thought I would share my experience overall. It honestly was pretty stupid at first. I applied months ago. I mean, I've got the sent email showing months ago, and never heard back. So I'm like, okay, what the heck is going on? Like, give me a Dear John letter. Um, and so let it go, and just honestly kind of forgot about it until I saw like it pop up again. It was just there, like Niantic Community Ambassador Program. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll give it another shot. Of course, it's like, oh, you've already applied. I'm like, yeah, no kidding. So I go to how do I put it, like recover slash contact them, like, hey, I've applied. What happened? So when they replied to me, the guy's name was Leo, and told me that the links I sent him had expired. We had to send links for our socials, or for like social media or whatever, not social security, but like our social interaction groups, Discord, Campfire, Facebook, all that. And I had sent him at the time all the stuff I was in the Discords, when I made sure to set those links never to expire. And I wasn't in Campfire at the time, so I didn't send any Campfire stuff. And of course, I sent him like links for my Facebook group that I run, things for the Discord that I have, my Discord and the other ones I'm joined in. Again, those links are set never to expire. But I had to email them, and that's what they said. So I was like, well, I wasn't snippy at first, like, oh, my bad. I took the blame even though it was their fault, because again, links didn't expire. So I resent the links. This time I did send the Campfire. I was in for Albuquerque. I let them know was not an admin. I was simply a member. But I did tell them, I had my own Discord, I had my own Facebook, and that was kind of like my goal. So, over the course of the month, they laid out the rules. I was put in a special Discord for the community ambassador applicants, and from the time I joined the Discord to the time I got out, they had to add like 700 people. And there is a community ambassador Discord that you're obviously only in once you become one. But I was in the applicant Discord, and over the course of the month, I followed the rules, did their stuff. You're supposed to host events, and I told them I didn't host events. I co-hosted one with a couple with Kevin, Miss Evil Laugh down in Las Cruces. Up here in Old Town, I just sort of helped. It was like, okay, you expect all this to be done, but nothing's being done on Niantic's end. But again, we're trying to work for them. But got all their hoops jumped through. Tim, of course, told me he was contacted through Niantic that, oh, there's a second ambassador area that's applying, so he just talked to me about it, and I figured, okay. And you want to talk about waiting a while? Waited over a month just to hear anything back, and I get, like, from my understanding, there's only one person handling all the community ambassadors, period. If there's 800 applicants, I'd have to guess there's maybe a few hundred more who are already ambassadors. You're talking about one person handling thousands of people, and that's just never gone well. So yeah, he's overwhelmed, but yeah, so I go through the process, and as of when did they do this date? I have it right here. I'm also looking at my phone at the same time. Come on, Discord, work with me here. Oh, yesterday, so not even, just over 24 hours ago, found out that they did a new round. 81 people made community ambassador. I was not one of the, again, I was not one of the 81. I received the bot message which said, you have not passed the final review to become a community ambassador. This was based on either your background, the manual anti-cheat review of your Pokemon Go account, or the final review of your community group. I know it wasn't the community group. The Old Town Pokemon Go group in Campfire is solid. There's no way that fucked anything up. But it goes, you therefore will not be able to join the community ambassador program. We cannot share more details, and I would kindly ask you not to approach us about it. That screams shady. That screams bullshit. That screams little bitches. I'm sorry. This is where I kind of get vulgar. Fuck Niantic. I have done plenty of stuff without their support after thousands of emails I have sent them regarding events I used to do in Las Cruces, where I'd say, hey, can you guys do this, this? I would argue myself and a few other people years ago gave them the idea for this part, but they, you know, like Niantic just likes to steal ideas and pawn it off as their own when other games have done other things way before them. Niantic's just catching up. So, I broke the rule. I went to the guy Leo and asked him, you know, here, I'll go and I'll read the message. And I'm like, look, I know I'm not supposed to ask. I feel like I should though. As like when you don't get a job, most companies tell you lack the experience, or you're not what we're looking for because of this at a previous job, or because your education, something like that. They give you a reason. At least the good companies do. This is where Niantic is not a good company. So I asked for sort of a heads up. I am genuinely curious. I told him flat out, I was like, I didn't do anything wrong. He goes, unfortunately, we cannot dive into the reasons for you not getting to the community ambassador role. Unfortunately, the chance for reapplication does not apply to you. And I was swiftly kicked out of the Discord, and I'm basically banned from ever applying again. So I'm like, okay, cool. Not really. I'm honestly, I'm salty about it because of what I could have done to help out the community up here, what I could have done in general, what plans I had to help out, you know, more than just one local area. I have the ability to travel. I have the backing of my current job, where they will sponsor stuff for Pokemon events. Like, up here in Albuquerque, I have a budget. I was given an actual budget to sponsor food, to sponsor prizes. Yeah, I get it. Free food isn't like a genuine all-around great prize, but it's something cool. Like, I could walk up with these cards and see a family or just anyone and like do a raid train, first shiny, which I haven't been able to do. I'm trying to do, so I'm gonna start doing this. I'm sorry, it's just been so slow, but like, we do a raid train, first shiny of the raid, cool, you get a free meal at my work. Or like, if I see a bunch of kids there, I'll just give kids, I'm like, hey kids, you know what, here you go, you get it. So now you don't have to get a shiny, just here, give them a card, come get some free food at my work, come see me. As it stands right now, I will go more into detail, but I'm working on the thing where any Pokemon Go player that is a friend of mine on my friends list will receive a discount at my work. More details on that are coming. That has been approved. That's something I can do. It's not a big discount, but as long as I'm working, I can I can help out. So it's just like stuff. This is kind of like a quid pro quo, in a sense. Like, hey, I'm out here, and I'm not gonna tell people come to work. I'm gonna say, hey, you want to give us a try? Come on by. You don't? I get it. It's totally cool. But those are the plans I kind of had. Like, where if I had been a Niantic a community ambassador, could have helped out with that, and I'm still going to. I don't need the ambassador role, although again, would have been nice. Um, but a lot of people. So I was actually in the Discord for another few hours where I was kicked out because I found out, and it's kind of like, what the heck, because I was like voicing my opinion in their Discord. And one of the guys, his name is James from Crystal Palace, and he said he asked questions again. Oh, well, this, and this. I'm like, well, no, I submitted the photos. I did all this other stuff. And he's like, well, you clearly broke the TOS. Otherwise, they wouldn't have denied you. I'm like, yeah, but I didn't break the TOS. I did not break terms of service with Niantic with my Pokemon Go account. And he is an asshole, number one. Number two, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Because if they were to say he was the one claiming that Niantic only looks back 6 months on your account for any violations of the TOS. And I'm sitting like, if they went back 6 months, they didn't find shit. I didn't spoof, I didn't cheat, I didn't risk my account. It's been on my, I have signed in and out, and people, apparently that's bad juju, because I have signed in and out of my account on my iPhone, on my iPad, on Leia's phone, because, you know, just something may have happened. Or like if I'm streaming, I will actually typically stream from my iPad the game and have my phone handy for easier messaging in my stream chats. Or like when I use Leia's phone, it was I forgot what exactly I've used her phone for. I can honestly admit it's only been a handful of times literally over the last year I've used her phone. But yes, I have signed out my account and signed in onto other devices. If we want to read letter of the law, that is violation of terms of service with Niantic. So basically every time you get a new phone, you're breaking TOS. Now, do I believe they have a system capable of detecting something like that? No, I don't. Because a couple people in the Discord were like, I'm sorry you didn't get it. And they're like, if you genuinely didn't break TOS, then it's like, that's pretty, they said in the Discord that it's pretty messed up you didn't get it. So it's kind of come full circle. And somebody's just posted pressuring, like, what they use is that when people don't get it, they use the whole anti-cheat test. Your account failed their anti-cheat test. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't cheat anymore. I admit I've cheated. Trust me, I cheated. I cheated in the game. I have done it, but that was 2 years ago. Like literally I'm not even kidding. You go back and look at my YouTube, there you'll see one of my last videos where I spoof. I got popped. And I laugh about it because I got popped. Everybody got popped. I mean, everybody who's using that specific program got nailed. So I stopped. So I have been, no joke, free and clear of cheating for was it July? Yeah, 2 years now. Literally 2 years. So I did not violate their TOS. I pressed more on asking, like, was it anti-cheat test? I asked Leo, didn't get back to me. He hasn't answered Kevin. So basically, once they deny you, they will never talk to you again. And they do say on their website, and people posted screenshots in the Discord, that you are eligible to reapply in 90 days. I was told I am no longer afforded that chance, which I think is bullshit. Because I will sit there and continue playing my account like I have been and be like, hey, by the way, still not cheating, and yet you're still not going to give it to me. So I want to know what happened. I seriously doubt anything in my background tripped anything, because there's nothing there to warrant, oh, you can't be an ambassador. No. There's nothing there. Go look at everything. Also, so what was it like, you know, background check, and just, I don't know, like basically they use that whole anti-cheat thing in the background. I'm just like, there's nothing. So, yeah, I started kind of going off on a tangent in their Discord. I didn't care at that point, because once I found out I was gonna be able to reapply, I was like, screw it. I'll admit I became a Karen. I'm sorry. Well, hold on. What's the male version? Kevin? I became a Kevin. Sorry, Miss Evil Laugh. But it's trash. I didn't get it. I'm genuinely hurt I didn't get it. Because it was something I wanted to do. Because my background in helping the community, yes, I'm trying to do a little bit more here and there in Albuquerque. But in Las Cruces, I've done more for the Pokemon community than Niantic could ever hope to achieve here. And Niantic's going to continue to ignore Albuquerque. because, or just ignoring New Mexico because it's not on the radar. It's not. We're not. New Mexico is not California. New Mexico is not New York. It's not Texas. Even though I haven't done anything in Texas, but the big four states populous wise, Florida, Texas, New York, and California, they've only done stuff in New York and California. But one of the first things we did was Leia, my best friend Josh, and I came up with a plan after we saw the fiasco that was GoFest in Chicago in 2017. We did our own GoFest for the city, and I've said it before. We had way more people show up than we expected. We were expecting 300 people. We had close to 2,000 show up. It was 2,000, a little bit more. We were just absolutely asininely overwhelmed, but we had enough food. We had enough water. We had enough fun stuff for people to do because we had booths. We had stuff for kids like jump houses. The park had like eight stops, so we lured them all. And at the time, wasn't planned. We just happened to have three or four raids pop up, so it was fun. We want to do something like that again, but of course, it was very, very much ineffective cost-wise. Like we spent what we spent, we did make back, but we broke even. We broke even. So like we didn't do it for a profit. We did it because, okay, you know, we got the money back, so kind of like we recouped it because we did $5 a ticket, but that $5 got you food, and like no limit, like it just got you food, it got you drinks, it got you, you know, anything basically we had there, just a way of recoup costs. And it was a lot of fun, and we wanted to do it again, but man, it was so time consuming. Like we were meeting every week for a couple of months. We had to make sure we had to carve out the time. I was going back. I was in college. I was working. Leia was working. My friend Josh was working, and we, you know, at the time we didn't have a kid, me and Leia, but Josh had his son, and so of course Josh is gonna spend time with his kiddo. So it's like, yeah, we just didn't have the time to commit. But as it went on, I just started doing stuff on my own. So I would do stuff every community day at New Mexico State University, contests. I talked to a couple friends who do 3D printing, who do custom cards. And I was like, hey, let's do this stuff. So constantly did events with stuff in there. And that's why we won the community ambassador role. At least, you know, Kevin did, because again, we are community leaders. We don't need to be community ambassadors with Niantic, even though again, it's what we went for. You could say we wanted it. But it's just trash that you go for something with a company after years of trying to contact them for help, and then they tell you no. When we did our GoFest, we actually had Sprint, who was at the time the partner with Niantic, because Verizon and AT&T all said no. We had a Sprint corporate store in Las Cruces. They actually had permission from Sprint, from Niantic, to basically help sponsor our event, and Sprint didn't come in and take over. They helped. They sponsored all kinds of water. They set up their own booth, you know, and did the whole, hey, come sign with Sprint thing. But they didn't take over. They gave me anything I needed. They brought, again, water, their stuff. They brought, kind of like, swag. There we go. They brought swag. And anybody who hit level 40 that day or had hit level 40 before that, they brought those old school patches, level 40 patches that I have mine. I have seen it somewhere. It's in my apartment, but you can't get those anymore. You can buy them off eBay, but I have the official Sprint one, and I hope they get that like put on something someday, years later. But it's just, yes, I am salty. Yes, I am basically complaining and bitching. But given my history with the game, my history with what I've done for the community in Las Cruces, what I'm trying to do up here for Albuquerque, is just absolutely asininely stupid. I didn't get it. I'm glad Tim is doing what he's doing for the community. He's got plans on top of plans that he's doing. He's expecting a huge turnout for the GoFest in Old Town, which I hope to be there if my work schedule turns out well. But yeah, it's not fair. And a lot of them in the Discord, what really set me off the edge with being actually ignoring the Discord except for any official messages, was these guys have such a stick up their ass with anybody who violates TOS. I remember somebody legitimately just asked, like, well, I signed out of a phone, I signed into a friend's phone, and he got torn apart, absolutely torched in the Discord. Never saw him message again. It was like I saw it, and like weeks later, I like never saw him message again. and I don't know what happened to this person, if they made community ambassador or not, because in the month plus time frame that I submitted my last thing to basically be final review status, I think they ended up getting close to, I want to say 150, because I said they did 81 in one go, but the weeks prior was like 4 or 5 a week. So I want to say at least 100 have made community ambassador. I don't know if that guy was one of them. And yeah, it's pretty rough. Their whole violation of the TOS thing, like basically signing out of a device and signing in on another device with your account, is as bad as kicking a baby to them. Like as bad as an example as that is, that's how they view it. That is how these people in this Discord view it. That is how Niantic views it. It's like, so I signed into another phone. I get the whole spoofing part. Spoofing is bad. I've done it, and it was fun. And I didn't hurt anybody, though. Guys are like, oh, well, spoofing hurts people. Spoofing has never hurt a single person. I have had my life literally threatened and attempted murder among my friends because they found out we were spoofing. You know, we were just playing outside. And yeah, we were, because you spoof with your phone. And I can name it. There's people down in Crucis who literally threatened our lives. I had a guy named Frank. He went by our Raccoon City PD or whatever Pokemon Go name, who literally wanted to attack Leia. But no, because, you know, he's a legit player and she was spoofing. She's the enemy. That's how bad it got. And so, but again, haven't spoofed in a couple years now because it's bad. Like, I'm just gonna play legit now. But this was definitely one of those eye openers that fuck Niantic. I don't want to say fuck the community ambassadors because a lot of them are doing good work. They just have the backing of a terrible company. So I will just sit back, watch, not watch other ambassadors. The one ambassador here in New Mexico, watch Tim do his thing. I'll do my thing, just helping out as trying to be some sort of community leader. But yeah, it's just, again, yes, I'm salty. Yes, I'm pissed. It's just not fair. So I will probably, no joke, probably apply again anyway, because for shits and giggles. But that's 90 days away, so officially that will be September 3rd. Actually, no, hold on. Let's see let's see what 90 days away is. What is 90 days from today? Ew. Okay, so September 30th, I can reapply. But yeah, so GoFest is in a couple weeks. Obviously, that's probably why they pushed so many people to community ambassador. But you push somebody to be community ambassador 2 weeks for GoFest. What the hell can they do? Not to diss that person who made the ambassador, but it's like, oh, you're community ambassador now. This person's like, what the fuck? Like, do it 2 weeks for GoFest. So hope those communities have fun. I know we're gonna have fun up here. I'm gonna try to stream. I'm gonna bring stuff from my work. I'll see if I can get some work swag. You know, a free hat or something like that. Definitely stuff for kids. And this is just a PSA. If you made it this far in my video, bring water anywhere you go. Take water with you. It's gonna be hot no matter where you are in the country. Just take some water. Yeah, I will end it there on that note. I appreciate anyone tuning in to listen to my little rant. Any questions, comments, concerns? You guys have the YouTube comment section. I will reply to comments if they're there. I will ignore the ones that are outright dumb. I mean, yeah. I have passed 200 subscribers on YouTube, so I appreciate the support. Even though I may be a jerk most of the time, I am doing something right. So I hope my videos continue to help out with, like, you know, short man raids, with, you know, listening to the counters I have, other gameplay stuff I've done. I've said this before. I will be uploading my podcast here soon. Again, I'll be talking about 3 old shows. Oh, God, I say old. Social media-wise, 3 old shows. The Knuckles series, Fallout, and Star Trek Discovery. And I'm on point to basically do like 1 episode a month. But there's that. But back on track to Pokemon stuff. So for any community ambassadors out there who went through the process, congrats. Do what you need to do for your community. All this has taught me is that Niantic is continuing to be an asinine, stupid company. that, yeah, I could go on and on and on about the stuff they've done. They've done some good stuff, but ever since they nerfed remote raiding, ever since they came up with this idea for elite raids, ever since they, you know, took away certain things that they did not need to take away, they're just a money-hungry company now that all this stuff just isn't necessary. When you turn over a profit year after year in the profit of billions of dollars, hundreds of millions to billions of dollars, yeah, it's just not a good look. I will continue to play the game. I know people are like, oh, why don't you stop playing? And it's like Walmart. I hate Walmart with a passion from hell. That Walmart is one of the worst companies in the world, but they sell stuff people need. And so yeah, I'm forced to shop there, especially in an area like this. Walmart just is almost a monopoly because, like, yeah, they just take over everything. Well, Niantic hasn't taken over everything, but they make a product that I genuinely love to play, that I have literally not missed a day of playing since it came out. So since July 6th, 2016, I have no joke, not missed a single day of playing. On the podcast I was on, As the Pokeball Turns, with David, he interviewed me, and yeah, it's like, if we could find out how much time we've actually spent in the game, would we want to know? Because every other game tells you, like, you go on the Switch and it tells you how many hours you've played. I've played over 1,000 hours combined of Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. I'm approaching 1,200 hours actually, past 1,100. I have over 1,000 hours in Call of Duty. I have over 500 hours in Pokemon games between Sword, Shield, and Soul Silver, which I've been playing recently. So a lot of times I've spent on Pokemon and other games. But so this, again, my little rant. I appreciate you guys tuning in. So here's a quick quick updates. This is just going to be the end of it. Check out As the Pokeball Turns, a very neat podcast that is by a guy I met so far, virtually, David. I've gone back and listened to a lot of his previous episodes. A lot of fun to listen to. He interviewed me. That's his most recent episode. I'll post the link in the description, and make sure you give him a like, follow, sub on his social media. He's currently, I believe, in New York for GoFest. New York's GoFest. As for my stuff on my channel, again, podcast will be uploaded for Off the Wall Nerds. That will be Fallout, Discovery, and Knuckles. At the time of this recording, I've already done a Ho-Oh Duo video. Coming up, I believe we have the Ultra Beasts coming leading up to GoFest. I will try to do videos for that. I will also be uploading some Pokemon Sword play, maybe, or maybe just some more Tears of the Kingdom. I have kind of a schedule setting in at work that I can do content. So definitely gonna be streaming Raid Hour tomorrow, streaming Raid Hour tomorrow, July 3rd. Here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, at Oso Grande Park. I have a meetup set up already. I will be bringing food and stuff from my work, California Pizza Kitchen. Again, who are having my back and sponsoring stuff. I will be doing that from here on out, as long as I'm with the company, which I hope to be with. So yeah, I'll be taking stuff there, free kids meals. I'll have free pizza on hand tomorrow. Yes, I stress free. I'll just bring bring a few, grab it. So podcast coming up. Check out As the Pokeball Turns, a Pokemon podcast. And yeah, in the meantime, guys, again, appreciate you tuning into my rant. Any comments? You guys have the comment section on YouTube. Be honest. Like, if you agree with my take, okay, great. If you don't, I mean, we can. Again, I'm bashing Niantic, not the people, like those who are the ambassadors and those who are trying. So I will have civilized conversations with people on the subject. But no one will ever convince me Niantic is good anymore. So yeah, on that note, again, guys, thank you for tuning in. Comments below, links will be posted, and in that turn, I will see you guys all later. If you're here in Albuquerque, join Tim in Old Town for Raid Hour. If you're close enough to Old Town, I'd say if you have to drive about 10 minutes, go to Old Town. Old Town's got a great group. I'm gonna try for something over here on this side of Albuquerque, because it is about 25 minutes for me to drive over there. But go to Old Town for Raid Hour. Come over here to Oso Grande for Raid Hour. Find one of us. Just find a group. But it is Ho-Oh, so have some fun. Stay cool. Drink plenty of water. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys all later. Take it easy.